What is up, everybody? I'm Tactical Pineapple, and you know what time it is. That's right, folks. It's time for us to ride. Let's do the vroom vroom, and let's get into a feel-good topic today. All right, so in an earlier vlog, I mentioned that we were considering getting our daughter a guinea pig, and part of the reason for that is teaching of responsibility. Um, my topic today is pretty much a feel-good topic, I think. I mean, we can kind of strike a conversation up in the comments section down below, but when do you think is too early or too late, even for that matter, to start teaching personal responsibility as well as just general overall responsibilities? So, my daughter is 3 years old. She will be 4 in a couple months. She's been asking for a guinea pig or a hamster or something like that. And we kind of have been putting it off here and there and just kind of, okay, well, we'll go hold one or we'll do this or we'll do that. But my general thought process is that, number one, I don't believe that personally you can ever be too young to start being taught how to be responsible. Um, it's definitely something I think that our generations that are currently out here probably haven't been taught yet. Even up to, say, like the 22 to 27-year-olds at this point. Nobody understands what it means to take personal ownership. Nobody understands what it means to be responsible. I feel like parents have failed their kids in the fact that they just don't teach them any of this stuff. You know, people just they haven't taught it to their kids. So a lot of these kids, as bad as we want to like cut them down and it'll be like, oh my God, they're just so horrible. I really want to tear into their parents. Like, why wouldn't you teach your kids how to be responsible for themselves? Take responsibility for their actions. Learn from their mistakes. Become better individuals. And then I think about it and I'm like, we've been going this way for so long. Can it be fixed? I hope so. And I think where we need to start is like what I'm doing with my daughter. She's 3 years old. Now, I know, 3, maybe a little young for a guinea pig or a pet of their own, but I mean, we're going to be there to help her take care of it. But it's instantly, you know, she is being told, like, she understands that she is the mommy of this pet. Now, I am personally, I had rodents growing up. I've done some crazy things with those rodents when I had to get rid of them because I had to take responsibility for them. And my parents were not going to do for me what I needed to do for myself. So I learned a lot of lessons with rodents growing up. Guinea pig's a little bit different. You know, I thought about it for a while, and you know, we looked at chinchillas, we looked at hamsters, we looked at a couple different animals, and really, guinea pigs are only a 2 to 3 year commitment, maybe up to 6 if they really go to the high side. So I felt like this was a good choice because we don't need to add to the abundance of small animals and rodents that end up in, you know, foster care or at veterinary clinics or wherever, rescues, because people don't realize what type of commitment there really is involved. So yeah, there's only a $150 cost of buying a chinchilla, but you're taking on an 18 plus year commitment because they live between 18 and 21 years in captivity. People just don't do the research and don't realize that. And let's face it, kids get bored quick. So I'm hoping my daughter doesn't get bored quick. I'm hoping she pays attention. She learns lessons. She learns how to take care of another being and learns some responsibility. And if that means that, unfortunately, she may cause damage to the animal, I feel bad for the animal, obviously, and I'm there to help teach her, but she has to learn those lessons, right? I mean, you can let me know below if I'm right or wrong. I mean, I will do my best to watch and take over, but the concerns are always with, you know, you let a young child take care of it, you know, you're going to overfeed it, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. And To some extent, yeah, because she has to learn. She has to know those things. And I think, I'm not saying that in order to fix society, we need to buy guinea pigs for millennials, because let's face it, they can barely wipe their own ass. I don't want them to have to try and give a bath to a rodent. Um, but we need to start with our younger generation now, the kids that are growing up, and start correcting a lot of these mistakes and behaviors that we and our parents, the people around us that have created, right? So, we got to stop giving away trophies simply for participating. We've got to stop telling people that just because you tried, that's good enough. Well, yeah, it's great that you tried. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. But if you're not good enough to win, that means you need to put in some work, right? And we keep telling our kids that it's okay, because you don't have to put in the work, because even if you lose, you're going to get something. You're going to be, you at least participated. And participation in and of itself should be that reward. The camaraderie of building a team, of gaining friends and working closely with a group of individuals to meet and achieve a single goal should in and of itself be its reward. You shouldn't have to get a trophy for that. I understand you don't want your kids to feel failure, and you don't want your kids to understand negativity that happens in life, but it happens every day, everywhere. There's negativity all around us. You don't win every day in life. I mean, hell, I'm a product development engineer, essentially, is what I do. It's I have a different title than that, but that's pretty much what I do. And I've literally spent 2 years failing to bring one idea to fruition. Have I lost? Absolutely not, because the amount of stuff that I've learned from all those failures is bringing me to the last 3 weeks worth of my testing. I've been succeeding, one success after another, and now we're getting to a point where we're actually bringing something to the table, something to market that doesn't exist or hasn't existed before because of all the potential failure points. Well, we have learned all those failure points essentially by hitting them, by failing. And the difference between success and failure is another attempt. That's literally the truth. And I think we as people right now living in this society, especially individuals like those who watch us, watch me, the conservative people, the people who want to see this country succeed as a republic, want to see freedoms, flourish again. We get into this mindset that the world can't be fixed. Well, I don't think we're there yet. I think we're very, very, very close. But we have a youth, a group, another group of individuals coming up behind us who, a lot of them believe the same way we do, guys. But they lack the nourishment of brain, and they lack that, relationship. They lack actually being told that they're not wrong. People who believe like us are chastised and shunned and all that stuff, but it forces people to go in the back and say, okay, well, I'm just going to be quiet because it's easier. But what we're doing is we're taking a whole group, a whole generation of kids that could potentially fix this situation, turn the world around, and we're telling them that, hey, you should just be quiet. Well, I've said it before, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Well, it's time to lube everything up and shut the fucking squeakers out. Come on, folks. We need to stop hiding in the shadows, and we need to start playing in the light. I know a lot of individuals who are essentially glorified keyboard warriors because they sit behind that screen and, man, they type away like crazy. They got big mouths when it comes to typing. But the fact of the matter is they don't really do anything outside of the digital world. And I know that's not everybody who watches this, but there's a lot of people who do. And we need to get out and we need to work with our youth. I've spent enough time fighting my own demons in the shadows to know that I'm not afraid of everything that I have to fight in the light, which is why I'm not afraid to show my video or show my face on video. I'm not afraid to put myself out there because you can't take anything more from me than the freedoms you're attempting to take anyways. So if I at least delay your taking of my freedoms, delay your ability to take away my rights, then that's a win. I only need to delay you long enough for the next generation of individuals to come forward and say, hey, we're not going to let you win. And we as conservatives and we as the people who are out here trying to fight for our rights, we need to do a better job of standing up for them, because we can't stand up for our rights by complaining about them amongst ourselves. You know, arguing with individuals and getting into confrontational fights isn't going to win battles. You know, maybe it'll win. Okay, let me rephrase that. It'll win the battle. You may win that battle, but you're not winning the war because you're not teaching anybody. Again, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to turn it to a doldrum. I thought this was going to be a happier tone. You know, I don't really know where I'm going to go when I start these conversations sometimes, but the moral of what I'm getting at is our younger generation is fiending for us to teach them how to live life. And if we don't do it ourselves, somebody else is going to do it for us. And that's how we got into this mess. We allowed, you know, the schools, and we allowed the educational facilities and the daycares and all these individuals who are run by, you know, liberal people to train our kids. And what that's done is taken the values that we hold to be valuable to us and removed them from our children, because the people teaching them don't share those values. So I guess what I'm saying is, if you have values, which I know anybody who's watching this video does, start teaching them to your kids, start teaching them to your nephews, start teaching them to the younger generation. You know, be willing to have the conversations with them that their parents aren't, if that's the case. Even if it pisses their parents off. Give them free choice. God gave us all free choice. Let's allow our youth to have that same. So, with that being said, don't forget to throw us up a like, give a comment down below, strike up some conversation with us. We really do appreciate that. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. You'll get notified whenever we go live or a video comes up. Keep it 2 wheels down and shiny side up, folks. Carry your pistols. They're coming to get them.